going to explore the universe.
Drive charging.
What if I could? Imagine I could go anywhere and see everything. This bad boy, I can.
The Greek word for sorcerer could also be translated as magician.
It was nuts, but I knew that if I was going to die, I was going to die doing my art form.
That, you know, people don't really push their own limits of what is possible. I really am possessed with pushing my own envelope. I'm going to push it too far one day.
Pain is a beautiful thing. When you feel pain, you know you're alive. People can watch me do it and experience it through me, because I obviously wouldn't want anybody to try this at home. This is like life or death. Conscious decision to go forward with what I do, and if that should happen, then, you know, that's the consequences of playing with fire.
Anything I have to do, put my body in harm's way to do anything, I do it for these guys and girls.
Dynamo says he is willing to die while performing magic because it may actually help religion of magic.
I believe magic is an art form, and I want to completely try and progress the art and move forwards with it. So, you know, I've got to push myself out of my comfort zone. Yes. And, you know, if I die for the art, well then at least I'll have pushed it forward and I'll be remembered.
That's where we would disagree on this subject. You don't want to die for your art. What's Stephen? What's going on with you?
You know, I want to leave a legacy.
Flying thing I've done whilst filming Mission Impossible was a few weeks ago, actually, in LA. I was on top of the LA Times building, leaning over the edge, just before I walked down the wall, and it was terrifying. It was exhilarating all at the same time, but it was scary.
My next stunt that I'm working on is much more dangerous than the ice was. And the next stunt, I could easily die if anything goes wrong. I'm gonna do that here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get roped up, cuffed up by the police, locked up. I'm going to have lead boots strapped on like the mobsters, the gangsters used to drown the bodies in the river. And I'm going to be attached to a helicopter or put off the top of the Tower Bridge. I'm going to be released straight down into the river. Now when you hit water from that high, it's like hitting pavement. It's very serious. When you hit it that high, if you're off 1 centimeter, you're dead.
Well, Liz, I mean, what's next? I mean, the sort of path that you're on, it's getting more and more dangerous, isn't it? We want you around, David.
Well, the next one I decided I'm going to take all safety measures out. So the way the safety divers were able to jump in and invade the space because they were worried for me. The next one, there will be no ability for anybody to enter. So it's me either doing it or not doing it, but nobody can interfere. I'd rather come out in a body bag than come out in the middle of it. Some people think I have a death wish. For me, when I confront death is when I'm most alive.
Blaine, quote, I appreciated Chabert's act because he was really risking his life. After I was buried alive for a week, I knew I had to do something that was far more dangerous.
Yeah, it really looks like it's almost... Yeah, it's in there. Okay. You can see the bottom. Is it possible to see?
Oh, yeah.
Through the top. See it going through. Yeah. Oh, you know what you could do? Here, you could pull it out for me if you want.
A number of occasions, Blaine has stuck sharp objects right through parts of his body. Not only does he have no pain while he does this, there is no blood and no evidence of an entrance or exit wound when the blade is taken out.
See how it looks like.
That's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. What are you doing?
To see how really believable.
Oh, I'm not good with this. That's crazy.
You see that?
How are you?
Wait, what do you mean, how are you doing it? You've stuck a needle through your arm.
It looks pretty real, right?
Sorry, I don't understand. How is that not real? What do you mean it looks pretty real?
Well, it looks really real, right?
I don't understand. Right, okay. Obviously, if that is a trick, how is that a trick? How is that not a needle going through your arm?
You know what, Ricky, here, do me a favor. Grab the needle right here.
Yeah?
And pull it out so you could see the magic trick. Go ahead, grab it. Yeah, good. Grab
What do you
it.
mean?
Yeah,
Pull it out all the way it's come?
Yeah, pull it out. Good. Just pull it right out.
Right, okay.
Pull it out.
Is that needle going through your arm?
Well, pull it out and you'll see how it works. Pull it.
I don't understand.
Yeah, pull. Pull.
Oh, David, what have you done? Are you a maniac?
Pull.
This is real. Sorry, this is real. That's real. That's not a trick.
There was a man from the Netherlands named Miran Dajo. Hanging around pubs, he made money by letting people pierce his body with, quote, dagger-like objects. He also swallowed glass and razor blades. He was also able to have swords and other items pass right through his body, quote, astounding the medical community. Dajo allowed doctors themselves to pierce him. Dajo even ran several laps in front of doctors with a blade right through his body. He said he could do this because he had, according to Dajo's assistant, the help of several guardian angels. Dajo said his message and mission was to unite mankind. During Dajo's early years, he had all sorts of, quote, paranormal experiences and claimed to be a prophet. In 1947, headlines read that Dajo was, quote, like a second Messiah. Dajo's angels would tell him what tests he had to subject his body to. In 1948, these angels told Dajo to eat a steel needle. Shortly after he did this, one of his arteries ruptured, killing him, and the devil has concluded that he has used a magician long enough he may decide to kill him. If God allows the devil to kill the human instrument he's using, that person dies and descends into the eternal torments of hell. The angels that were helping Dajo during his life were fallen angels, that is to say, demons. The Bible says that Satan will transform himself into an angel of light in order to deceive people. Practicing the false religion of magic, which is of the devil, not of God, is similar to eating the forbidden fruit. It is to accept the same kind of, quote, offer the devil made originally in the Garden of Eden. This offer has been made throughout all of human history. If you just break God's law, Satan says, quote, you shall be as gods. I'm the king of the world!
Well, I think magic in itself, obviously, is taking Mother Nature and turning it upside down. It's taking Mother Nature and saying, hey, ignore the rules that life gives you, the fact that you can't float and you can't disappear and you can't be sawed in half and things aren't supposed to appear and disappear. Throw that out the window, and we're going to disarm you and suspend your disbelief, leave your doubts at the door, and we're going to show you something fantastic. That's obvious. That's what I'm going to do, no matter what.
Magic is everywhere, in everyone, in every place, everything.
Magic as a kid gives you the ability to do things that adults don't understand. So that's power.
I had the world at my feet. I was living the dream, and it seemed like nothing could stop me.
What do you say to people that kind of think there's something else behind your magic, another force behind your magic, or something that helps you create these illusions?
Maybe there is.
By accepting Satan's offer, some of these magicians have received the ability to perform great signs and wonders. They also receive incredible wealth, fame, and the world's praises during their short time on earth. Matthew 4:8 says that the devil showed Jesus all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them. He told Jesus that he would give him all these things, quote, "If falling down you will adore me."